We good? This thing on? Let's see. I don't remember. Okay, looks like we're on. Excellent. All right, so I thought I would talk. Midjourney pushed out version 4. I hit version 3 really hard. I've been using that for quite a few months, and then hopped on to the betas, the Midjourney. What is it? Oops. We have the beta, and then we had the test, and the test. Oops. And the test photo, which still have. I liked version 3. Loved it. It did a lot of great things, but the fidelity of it was kind of definitely had a look to it, and it didn't have a cohesiveness that people were hoping for. Look, it was beautiful but rough, expressive in a way. I don't want to sound negative, but I hope my audio is working well. I have no idea how to check that. Last time I had the worst echo. I'm gonna move my microphone closer. And then I hit the first beta. I really liked. And then we moved in, and the test and the test P or test photo or whatever, that was really good. I liked it. Test, I didn't use that much. I really went with the test P, and that's kind of my style though. I like the photorealistic stuff, so I was definitely drawn to that. But now we got version 4, and it's supposed to be like a huge upgrade and everything, and I've only messed around with it for a little bit, and I'll tell you why. Is the fact that its aspect ratio is square 1:1 doesn't appeal to me at all. It very frustrating to me. I want a 16:9 or a 9:16. A square composition is just very limiting in storytelling. But the tools of the Midjourney 4 engine it's there, it's nice, it's just very hard for me to hammer it with that aspect ratio, because it does not work for me. When I look at Midjourney is great. You compare it to DALL-E and Stable Diffusion. Midjourney is great at putting the environmental story into your images, where Stable Diffusion and DALL-E, I find, is very much the portraiture story. It's not. I don't know if I'm explaining it. Like, there's just your environment can have a lot more play with Midjourney, with your storytelling, and I really like that. I think that is phenomenal, and it talks to my style. I have some images up here. I wanted to talk a little bit about before we start cranking away on trying to produce stuff, or produce an image today. I haven't even really decided what I want to go for. I'm thinking about it. I got some ideas, but um, so yeah, and it could just be that like I focused more on Midjourney in the beginning and was able to kind of hone in my look and feel. Um, but Stable Diffusion and I gotta say I shouldn't really talk to Dolly because Dolly I use for its outpainting capability. I don't use it for. I keep looking at my computer screen and I'm like looking at myself. I should be looking at the camera. I gotta set. I'm still working on setting up my studio downstairs. I'm on in my wife's office, and this is just not the way I need to work. I need to go. Okay, so anyway, Midjourney is you assist your storytelling with the environment. It's environmental. It's really putting your characters in a place, and that's what I like. Or you're telling a story about a place, and Stable Diffusion I find is great at portraiture, and then I did a deep dive into Dream Booth based on Stable Diffusion, and again portraiture, and I had to figure out a way to build out the environment from that initial small portraiture. It's interesting, and hey, this is fun. It's all experimental. So right now we're gonna look at Midjourney 4. I'm really excited. I hear this week we're gonna have a bit more robust, or we're gonna get aspect ratio choices. I really hope it goes beyond the 3x2, 2x3 that we were locked into for test P and test. God, I keep looking at myself. I gotta look at the cameras. I'm gonna have to change this. This is driving me crazy. So we were kind of limited on those betas. I really want a more robust. I want to do 16 by 9s, 16 by 10. 16 by 6 panoramas. Like I want to do just like all these just more developed environment type things, and it's not there yet. So apparently this week we're gonna get some more. I can't remember what they said in the office hours. It was like more options for aspect ratio. We need it. I want it. All right. So I thought I would pull up some images and talk about why I'm not crazy about the version 4 at the moment. And let's start. So here's an image I did in version 3. I love this image, and it is it's very painterly, of course. What are we at here? See if we can enhance this a bit. Okay, boom, enhance. Boom. This is just beautiful. It's obviously very painterly. It's very expressionist. It's but it tells a story, and being expressionist, there isn't any. And I was doing this piece. I really want to start pushing AI towards, visualizing some, we have the environmental or climate change and environmental issues, and I live near the beach, so I live on a big sandbar in Massachusetts. I wanted to kind of address that and do some storytelling, and this was we deal with floods and crazy winter storms, and that's the environmental storytelling that I'm looking for. And obviously, it's New England coastline. You can tell it's not precise. It's very painterly. It's very expressionistic, and it's just beautiful. I love it. I really love this image. That being said, let's go and look at what version. I thought I had it. Oh. So out of the box, version 4, start getting images like this. And these prompts were, it was done very quickly, but it was to kind of jump on the photorealistic, give it a camera, give it this, give it a place. And version 4 does a much better job at the concept of a covered bridge. Version 3 struggled with that. There's a couple objects that I use to test out these engines, and covered bridge is one of them, and it's getting much better. I'm telling you, the versions 3 really struggle with that, and I love covered bridges. You can check my photography. I go around photographing covered bridges during the fall. That's my thing. That's one of the things I'm known for. So anyway, get it back here. These were, using my experience crafting prompts, were what version 3 would have given me a much more richer, fuller photorealistic, not version 3, probably test P, even more richer photorealistic look. What I see with these are a very Thomas Kinkade look. Oh, and again, I'm not referencing artists. I know people do. I try to avoid that out of the gate. If I really need to dive down and get a very precise look, I may try to encourage my prompt to deliver by giving it an artist, but I'm never trying to take their style. I'm more like, this is the medium they work in, and I'm like photography or something like that. I'm like trying to pull it towards that. I'm trying to use it to pull it into more of the medium than actually their style. That may change. I don't know. I'm a whole can of worms out there as far as artists and their styles and them being sourced into the big Skynet. But anyway, this was not referencing any artist, but got this very Kinkade style, and I ran this quite a few times, and Kinkade, it's just a very juvenile, kind of realistic, but kind of cartoony realism. I don't know how to. I haven't really thought how I want to describe him, but anyway, that was the look, and it was much easier to get to a photorealistic look with test P, even some of the stuff I did in version 3. So I guess the whole point of, I guess, version 4 is almost pressuring you into plugging in an artist style. Like the default look and feel is very rudimentary. So if you're, I feel it's almost like, oh, you know, just put a nature photographer's name in there and reference it to get the image where you want it. So a little frustrated with that. That's one issue with version 4 I'm having. Another is, so here's a version 3 image I did, and obviously the fidelity of it isn't correct. The lines aren't, you know, it's a boat in a storm, but I am telling you, the waves and the texture, you know, raindrop. Okay, so I'm pretty I focus on rain a lot. Reason being is I worked on Matrix Revolution, and I was on the rain team. So I've spent a lot of time looking at rain, and the rain that was rendered out in this image is just phenomenal. I mean, it's got the motion streaks, it's got the specularity, and it's randomized. It's not repetitive. It's, you know, you look in this mist and or the foam in the mist. You know, you can see the specularity as it gets out of the blown out areas over the darker areas, and the variety in shape and size in the water droplets is just phenomenal. Not to mention the coloring in the water, you know, going, you know, where there's obvious light coming, backlighting this wave. It's lighter at top and darker down here. You know, there's so much interest and just amazing detail. But the fidelity of the architecture of the boat falls apart. Like it's bending, like it's, you know, a boat made out of, it's like a fishing trawler made out of cardboard or something, and just folding and bending, and then we have these masts that are just coming out of the ocean. And I mean, look at this. It's like there's a big wave, like you can just kind of gets lost out in the back. Beautiful. I mean, I'm mesmerized by this image. So I tried rerunning these prompts and prompts like it, like with a little encouragement of rerunning it through version 4, and getting stuff like this. And I'm just very disappointed by it. One, obviously this is very painterly, and this was kind of the default look of version 3, but this is falling into the uncanny valley. And I'm not going to explain what that is. You get to okay, I will explain to it. Yeah, you start creeping more and more towards photorealism, and it's used. It's typically used for when you have characters, 3D animated characters, and you want to bring them more and more photorealistic. When you get right before the ultimate, where did my hand go? Ultimate photorealism. You know, you're coming up the curve. It's getting more and more realistic, and then you get this close to realism. Then you hit the uncanny valley, and the the acceptability of it actually drops before you hit the realism, and it's like human brains, they up to a point will fill in the blocks, fill in what's missing from the realism, but then when you start filling it in and it's there, but it's there, but the mind won't accept that detail if it's not absolutely correct. So it will stop filling in the gaps. So the acceptability. And another film I worked on was The Polar Express, and at the time, like, we had these very no, I don't think Polar Express is, because that's too cartoony. You can go to, like, back to the Matrix films. We do still renders of our characters, and they look just like, Keanu Reeves and stuff. You start to put them into motion, and the believability was gone. Anyway, point being is we're hitting this uncanny valley with objects. This water in here, it looks good. It's added this slight motion blur, which makes you feel like you're on a boat in front of this boat. Things are moving fast. We have motion blur coming off the water splash here, but there's something textural within the boat, even though we have this very dramatic lighting, that just doesn't feel real. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe, this surface definitely is too dry, for a boat that's in a storm blasting through waves. So maybe it's just speculative. And that's what catches me is, like, wow, this is so dramatic. I'm not taken by the drama of the image. I'm like, what is off with this? And then you realize, well, okay, like, all these surfaces are completely dry in this nighttime storm. So it gives the feel that it's just composited, like that they're not in the same space. So that's very bothersome for me. And then this amount of this spray right in here, oops, bothers me, because suddenly with these finer details, the finer pattern, there's a patterning in it that is bothersome, and you don't have as much variety in shape, specularity, like what I was getting in that Painterly version 3. Like, it's just stamped on repetitiveness. Here's another one. Again, we have very dry surface of the boat. And this is all, incremental. We're getting there. Like, I love how fast AI is moving and how fast Midjourney's going. So I just see everyone blown away by version 4, and I'm like, I don't know if I can use this yet. Obviously, the coloring in here, it's just, there's repetitive patterning and lack of detail in it. Here, look at this. This is beautiful detail. It has the ability. But then you look in here, and it's again repetitive. The eye catches repetitiveness, and it's like the same exact weight coming through, and like almost cross-hatching these weight, like, it's bizarre. It's, and maybe I just have to change the way I craft my prompts, because I'm obviously not hitting the realism that I want. Like, I would like the image to hold this type of realism in that area. But it's like I get this little tidbit of it, and then the rest of it is all over the place. Another image. It's pretty cool. This cool image. But what is going wrong with it? Like, why are we? It's cool for the first second, but then you look at it and you're like, wow, okay, you know, the wind's blowing over this wave and very cool. And then you kind of look at it and there's like this overlaid pattern in these highly detailed areas that just look computer generated. It's like a flat noise pattern with no variety in it. I feel like over here's a little better, but here, like, there's just not a lot of detail in the surface of the wave. And then you get that pattern that's baked over the mist and the foam. And also the boat doesn't fit quite right. It's I imagine if a boat was in a storm like this and there was this much turbulent water, it would be quite a bit more lost in the volumetric, in the mist and fog, and there's just a lot of contrast still in that boat. It's almost too much. Plus, I don't know if it should really be standing straight up. But hey, I want to push this as hard as I can, so that, you know, the harder you push it, the better the next version will be. So, but yeah, my big problem right now is seeing this repetitive pattern in here, which is giving it a very computer generated look. I know it's AI art. It's the definition of computer generated, but I've seen better. That's what we're getting. Like, I see bits and pieces. I see better in the image. So that's where we're at. I wonder if this has to do with the original noise pattern coming through, that the image is, it's interesting. It's almost underdeveloped, and it just doesn't keep going. Okay, we'll see. Again, I haven't delved deep into Midjourney 4. This my first reactions. The other thing is, you know, I was really deep into. I spent like 3 months Midjourney, and then got on this other project where I was using Stable Diffusion and Dream Booth, and almost just didn't touch this. So there is that. I'm coming back, and maybe I'm a little rusty. The other thing is that, like, you want to you want to re-roll your old prompts and just be like, wow, it kicked its ass. It did such a better job, and I'm not getting that. I re-roll it and I'm like, ooh, I really like the other one. But again, then it gets into finessing the prompt and seeing. Here's another. So this one, I mean, you can see the pattern throughout here, and it just looks like a noise pattern, and it you know, you just see. I think it's underdeveloped. I think I think it's just not finishing off. It's that original noise. I don't know. I don't know the science behind it, but as you can see, these were all came from very similar prompts. But you can see this pattern through here, and it kills the realism of this wave. And this could have been a very realistic wave, and this foam could have been very realistic, and it just bleh. And a great compositional. I mean, give it to Midjourney. That's having this beautiful arcing curve, pointing back, working the edge and coming back and pointing towards the boat. What a great compositional element for a computer, like for a computer to figure out. Like that's pretty cool. And I don't know how it may be referencing it from a photo that see, but I mean, astonishing that it comes up with that. But yes, that noise pattern through there is bothersome. And then we get back to the Kincaid. So yeah, that's where I'm coming at with my complaints of Midjourney 4. I think once they fix. I think once they fix the aspect ratio, like I'm gonna feel a little bit more confident jumping in there and creating something. It is a little disheartening knowing that I'm stuck in a square, stuck in a box. Gotta think outside the box. All right, so let's get in here and what this was something. So I'm working on too. I was rendering this out, and it was a previous. Okay, I'm just gonna. Did I download that one? No. All right. So let's open this. Open the original. Here's. Here's the original. It's the same thing to me. Look at these leaves. Like, starting to get some interesting things. Got a hot spot here. It's very flat lighting, but if you look in these leaves, in the leaves back here, and the leaves down here. There's a pattern. There's that pattern again, that noise pattern. That's very repetitive and very frustrating. They'll get it. It's just right now. What it is too. It's like these are when you're reaching for the photorealistic versions. This is where this is showing up. I'm sure if I went for a painterly look, I wouldn't see it at all. So, all right, let's start some prompting. Next week is Thanksgiving, so I thought maybe create an image, food photography image. I think that's where I'm at. That's where my head's at. So let's start with pumpkin pie. Let's see what kind of image we can make with pumpkin pie. So first, let's see what Midjourney thinks of pumpkin pie. Okay. to put this on fast. Um, the you know, I did have a initially I had a really nice image of, I don't have it up right now. Classic. Nope. Nope. Let's see. I had an image I did of some latte art. Show you that. Because I had a hard time with version 3 on it. But version 4 just, oh, here we go. Really killed it with it. I thought this was a great rendering. One of the early ones I did. And like it's got nice subsurface scattering in the foam. Again, though, in this foam, the noise patterns are just... Now, I'll take it on this one because it did such a great job, but it's a repetitive noise pattern. And all this looks beautiful. There's a little bit up there. But I thought within the, you know, it's bringing to life something that couldn't exist. Oh, maybe there's latte artists out there that can do this. God bless them. By the time I got something that looked like this, my latte would be cold. But anyway, in here, we're in the focus area. The noise pattern seems very repetitive. You know, I think working in visual effects, I'm also very susceptible to noticing these repetitive things because computers have never been good at there was always so many tricks to break up repetitive patterns, and that's the first clue of computer a computer generated image was repetitive patterning. So I look to that all the time. You know, yeah, this is blown up. There is something in this patterning that just looks a little too consistent for my taste. But what an image. I'd take it. I'll take that one. That's a version 4. See, I'm saying something nice about version 4. This is version 3. Same idea, same basic prompt. But again, look at this noise. So much nicer the way it's broken up. And you know, the way in computer graphics, the way we get around repetitive patterning like that is normally you'll take one noise pattern and apply it and it'll be the same thing. And then you take another noise pattern that's at a different size. And let's say it's a black and white noise and this is a very fine noise. And then you take a big noise pattern that has bigger granulation to it, and you know, just multiply them over the second, and now you've created a variety. And if you need another variety, you take a third of even larger and do that, and that's how you create these noise patterns that are very hard to see the pattern from them. All right, let's see how pumpkin pie. All right, so here we go. Again, look at that. It's like right out of the gate. It's a. Ooh, geez, look at these utensils. Right out of the gate, they're. It's a juvenile painterly look. It's different. Okay, so let's see where we can go with this. Okay, so we are gonna go Imagine, and we got our pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie. I want this to be. Let's do this. The old way we would have done this would be a photograph of pumpkin pie. Let's say a Canon R5. Let's give it a let's see, 100mm lens. And the reason I'm saying let's try a macro photography. We'll give this a Q2. I think that's what version 4 is doing. Let's see what kind of. This is how I kind of get started. I know some people go out to like Lexia or Lexica and research it that way. Yeah, I'm just that works. It's just I like to I feel a little bit better if I delve into this on my own, rather than build on what someone else is doing. I used to, when I first started with Midjourney too, there we go. I used a prompt crafting website. And it's interesting because I look at the prompts I did, back in August, and they're convoluted. Like they had a lot of bloat to them that didn't need to be. And I go through, oh man, I didn't need to put all of that into the prompt to get where I got. And in fact, I'm not sure if it was helping it or hurting it, or I was wasting too much time with. Oh, see, now that is looking nice. I like this one. Oh, that's looking nice too. I'm gonna blow 3 and 4 up 3, up 4. It's not the image I'm looking for the final, but I kind of want to investigate because we're playing with version 4 here. Let's grab this prompt. Where do we want to go with this? Let's go Imagine. Okay, so I want to make sure that this is pumpkin pie on a wooden table. I want to say let's have some. First, we're gonna try dramatic light and dramatic composition. This is a very simplistic way to go about it, but I may delve a little bit more into it in a sec. Just want to feel out how my how the engine is going to return that image to me. Coffee time. All right. Okay. I really got it. When I get my office done downstairs, like the camera's going to be here so I can look at the camera. I feel really bad because I keep looking. Maybe. No, I need to. Gotta work on this. Oh, you see, now there's a lot of detail in there. I'm not seeing any horrible patterning in the noise, so that's interesting. There is a weird glow. You know, I would think this would be susceptible to patterned noise, but it looks like it's doing it very nice. There is a weird glow to it. Like, sorry, my studio light's right there, but this is very nice. I like this. Okay, so, oh, look at that. That is pretty. Okay, I see this. All right, version 4. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. All grown. There's a weird cut to this, but let's 1, 2, 3, up 3. And then we're gonna go back here and we're gonna do. And I am going to put a spin on this to make it, you know, my type of image. I got my dark side. Image, do this. Instead of a photograph, let's do a close up photograph of the pumpkin pie. Let's see how that cranks out. I gotta say, I'm impressed. I don't know what that utensil is. And this fork seems to be floating a little. This is like, is it a pie or is it a slice? Man, we are living in fun times. %, 100%. Wham, wham, wham. This is the album that they earned their exclamation point. I love that line. Love it. Okay, that's interesting. It's really interesting that this in here, this area in here, from a photographer standpoint, is unacceptable because it's just blown out. Highlights are blown out. The fork goes through it. It's got a lot of good things going on for it, but yeah, that is weird. Like, this is a computer, like, you should know. You don't need to blow out your highlights like that. I'll try and make variations. give that a shot. Now, this is what close-up told us. This is weird. It's weird the way it cuts it. Okay, let's start. Let's start getting dirty. Let's do some nasties. All right, so I don't know. Let's make it of a full pumpkin pie, so I don't want to cut. And you know, I like skulls. I like the skulls. Let's whip cream in shape of skull on a wooden table, dramatic light, candles in the background. Can I do shallow depth of field? I mean, macro should really be covered. This isn't macro, by the way. So I think this part of it is just going to waste. I mean, we could say photography, but let's go shallow depth of field. Okay. Oh. Woo-wee. Let's see where that goes. Looking for something good. Something spooky. Spooky. Boy, was it version 3? Jeez. Is that a jack-o'-lantern? Oh, crap. That's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. It's not Halloween anymore. Version 4, it's not Halloween. I got enough Halloween. Okay. Here we go. We're going to redo this a little. Did I really spell wooden that way? Kidding me? Okay, that is just silliness. On a wooden table, pumpkin pie with a dollop. Is that it? You spell dollop. Dollop. Is that right? Dollop. We should put that. All right. Dollop of whipped cream in the shape of a skull. Apple X. Give that a shot. I feel like I'm doing something wrong with my stream. I feel like I streamed wrong. This is my second time doing it. What am I doing wrong, people? What am I doing wrong? Live now. Please. I have one view. Live viewers. No live viewers. Views. I guess. But somebody's watched it? What? They probably logged in and was like, there's no audio. There's no audio. Okay. People, I have no idea what I'm doing. I just hope it's not a disaster. Oh, boy. Oh, that's hilarious. I don't want pumpkins, though. Like, that's neat for Halloween, but let's grab this prompt. And make sure it's a pumpkin pie. A dollop of whipped cream. I used to be able to put things in parentheses so it wasn't reading it pumpkin and pie. It was pumpkin pie. This guy is hilarious, though. I may have gone off and just gone sideways here. I always like to have something when I'm doing these that it's realistic, but it's also not realistic. It's this weird like couldn't happen type thing. It's like I have a telephone as a nose. What's going on here? If I just... Oh, wait a minute. Just curious how Test P would handle this. Might as well just throw it out there, see. Okay. Come on, Test P. Come on. Oh, that's right. There's candles in the background. Weren't there? Which one am I looking? Oh, no, this is Test P. Why is the first one hung up? I wonder how long I've been streaming for. Does it tell me? Live now. Oh, doesn't tell me. Nah. There's my little dollop of skullness. Yay. cute. I bet that could be developed. Still getting. I want the whipped cream. All right. So there's the test P. There's a lot of whipped cream. That's cool. Okay. That's my curiosity. So when I run into things like this, I tend to give it a, I try to test. I try to shift the order. So let's say, we're going to go a close-up photograph of, so we're going to do the dollop of whipped cream in the shape of a skull first. Close-up photograph of a dollop of whipped cream in the shape of a skull on a full pumpkin pie on a wooden table. All right, so shifting things up a little bit. Let's see if that. Oh, what was that? If the odds are in our favor, quote from Hunger Games. Let's hope the AI odds are in our favor. Okay. Where's my... options. Okay, so... No? Well... I'm starting to see that skull. Still getting jack-o'-lanterns, though. I think I could actually run that one again and just see. Oh. He's got like the bozo haircut. The pumpkin filling is in the shape of a skull. There is pumpkin in the back. I don't know what's going on in the back of that one. Wow. This is not going the way I want it. Sometimes that happens, though, with AI. Sometimes you're just... It's the Wild West. Wild, Wild West. Okay. I keep getting pumpkin pie. Let's see. No. Oh, there is prompt waiting now. Oh, oh. That's interesting. What if we took version of 1, submitted that. I don't ever want to see a version of this one again. Let's see. Boom. How we doing? Yeah, I don't know. I think this one we just this is gonna re-roll that, see how we do. And then I'm gonna just take the skull out of the mix here. See if we can get back to a decent pumpkin pie. Okay. Come on. It's making me hungry. I am hungry. It's like an alien skull. No idea what's going on here. No idea what's going on here. What? I mean, I am seeing promise with version 4. It's no doubt. No doubt at all. Okay, our pumpkin pie is back. I mean, I guess. Is it out of focus? Come on. You didn't go out of focus on me, did you? Oh, it's not done. Jeez. Where'd we go? Where did we go? Oh, okay. There's some nice stuff here. I don't know what's on the top of that, but it's a weird cut. I don't understand that. It's like an Escher pumpkin pie. One, two, four. Gotta take a closer look at these. Gotta take a closer look. Oh my God. I'm hungry. Go for the pie. Okay. Here comes pumpkins. Here comes. Is that on fire? Is there a candle on my pumpkin pie? There is a candle on my pumpkin. I had to look at this one. This looks weird. God, if somebody cut out a slice of pie on Thanksgiving like that, we'd be having words. I'd be having words with you. Cutting out a pie like that. Cutting out a slice of pie on my pumpkins. Whoa. This is version 3. Okay. Version 4 is doing much better than version 3. This, though. Like, look at that. The crust continues, but there's a slice out of it. Some nice stuff happening in here. I'm not seeing the patterning that I was seeing in my other tests. I'd really like to turn that whipped cream, though. into let's see if we can just hammer that. Oh, you know what I forgot? What I forgot is, oh, come on. Let's see. Close up pumpkin pie. Cream in shape of skull. Let's throw some chaos on this puppy. Let's see. Chaos seems to work different in V4 too. V3 and previous versions, I feel like Chaos was it just went crazy. Like it would return insane results. Where version 4, it's almost gives you the I should wait until I finish this. No, version 4, it sometimes it's like whatever's holding back your prompt from working, the chaos almost unlocks it. It's weird. It's almost a counterintuitive in a way. Although the whipped cream skull is cute. Let's see, what do we got here? That's a hard no on that one. That's a hard no on that one. I don't see any skulls. Let's throw another one at that. Then let's hot steam in the shape of a skull. Let's see if that works. Got him. Sludge him down. We're gonna be Nick Merck soon. Okay. Where's squad dropping? Where are you going? Too much. It's tool time. All right. Oh. I recognize that mountain. That's weird. Maybe chaos is just chaos may have just gone nutty. Maybe all the nice things I said about chaos I take back. What? Is that boat? What? That's cute, but what? Okay. Let's this is weird. The boat thing is weird. I don't know what's going on. Whoa, fella. I think this guy needs to get reined in too. Take back all the nice things I said about chaos. What is going on? Hot steam. I call that a hot pilot. Pie. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see. That's what. That. Okay, let's boom. Let's look at that for a second. I am gonna get up. I'm here. I'm with you. We're getting there. Screen time, baby. Okay. I'm eating now. I'm eating on stream. Maybe I should just turn this off. You don't want to see me eating. What the hell is going on here? We're gonna rein this in. Oh, we had a nice look going. And then it just went, you know, you throw skulls in there. And that's crazy. What the heck? You know, sometimes there's concepts that Midjourney just doesn't understand. Mm. I'm going to take the 100mm out of here because that went along with the macro lens. It's a popular focal length for macro photography. I'm also going to throw in the word Thanksgiving. Let's see if that pushes our feel a little bit. Another descriptive word might be, let me go, rustic. Thanksgiving. Subsurface scattering on that one is very nice. Two, three. Up you three. Oh my God, my OCD can't handle that. The point of the point of the pie slice isn't directly at the dollop of whipped cream. No, that's nice. Ooh. Somebody added some cinnamon. Had a nice touch. Nice touch in there. Must have some cool, very smart Keebler elves inside my Midjourney. They know what they're doing. I wonder, I'm going to enlarge that. I just want to see how the patterning on such a fine detail. Did I look at this guy? Oh, that fork is horrendous. Seriously. What's going on here? That's pretty cool. If that fork was fixed, make some variations. Does not understand. Oh, wait a minute. That's looking kind of cool. Let's get some variations on 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I like that pumpkin right there, but this is what we're going for. Yes, yes. All right, we may get something we like. Is that a candle? Candle on the pie. I like the lighting of this one. It's very nice. It's just not a very exciting. You know, it's versions of one. Do versions of two also. Yeah, it's getting there. We're getting some. You know, at first I was like, oh, I don't want a pumpkin in it. But then, like, if you're making real pumpkin pie, yeah, you need pumpkins in your image. The thing with food photography is it's usually you want to bring the texture out, so it's kind of tough to bring texture out. You want your light to be at a low angle to your surface. It brings the texture out, and you don't want to really soften it too much. I wonder what volumetric light would bring out. I mean, there's no volumes in here, but it might make it a smoky room. I mean, that's basically what volumetric light is it's shooting through, a fog or a steam or something like that, that is a volume. And the light's coming through and it's illuminating the particles of mist, water, carcinogens that are floating around. Let's see, we got anything here? Not really. Kind of. All right, let's bring this guy back. Do another version of him. It's funny because you mentioned skull and it wants to put skulls everywhere. I actually did an image in version 3 of a pumpkin growing on a vine, but I wanted the pumpkin to look like a skull. And in version 3, it was really difficult to get there. Version 4 seems like that's the only place it wants to go. Ooh, well, I don't know what is going on there, but it's funny. I don't know what's going on there. Are we like chaosed out here? What's going on? 2. Let's get versions of 2. Submit. Anything here that's weird. Oh. Which one's the volumetric? Oh, this is volumetric light. It's like it threw it into a tailspin. All right. Let's see what we got. Oh, our pumpkin has died. It has just given up. That's weird. You know, the re-rolls seem to sometimes have issue too. It's like you drift away from what you wanted. I wonder what that is. There seems to be a migration away from your prompt when you start re-rolling. God, that studio light is really bright. Just so you know, but gives me this awesome rim light. So pretty. I wonder if anyone's watching. Yeah, nobody's chatting. Did say I had like 1 view. Oh, hello. 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 What were we looking for? I don't know. Just okay. Go make variations. Oh, I kind of like that guy. One versions one. Oh, we were looking to see if anyone was watching, weren't we? Can I tell if anyone is watching? Two views. What does that mean? No live viewers, though. I gotta figure out this whole live streaming thing. So somebody checked me out. Got check that. Check it out. Ooh, what we got here? 2, 4. Does anyone else count them off? 1, 2, 3. So let's go 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Let's see. Come on. Come on, so close. 1, 2, 3. Up 3. Versions of 3. Submit. Bingo. Two. Versions of 4. And versions of DOS. So I do go back and check my older runs, like if I'm kind of getting away from what I think I should be at, I'll go back and check to see if I'm on target. And if I'm not, I'll rerun older ones to try to rein it in. Come on, coffee, do your trick. Wake me up. Wake me up. Wake me up before you go. Wow, is this just like a wham? Wham! Okay, so nothing's... Oh, so that's kind of whippy. Kind of digging that. I like this, but it's... What's this red junk? It's like artifacting. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's 4. Let's go up 4 versions of 4. Okay. Go away. Ooh. I think the other thing too is like not having proper aspect ratios. I mean, square, like, it's, hold up a second. Yes? What kind? Maybe meet me out front of the school. Okay. Bye. That's my boy. Needs a skateboard. Oh, I like that he skates. Brings back how I spent my younger years. Younger years. I spent my younger years. Okay, come on. What are we doing here? 1, 2, versions of 2. Submit. Up. All right. Well. Oh, did I miss these? Oh, those are good. Did I just kick my camera? Did I lose my nice blue light in the background? Okay. I like this. I like this a lot. I want versions of all of these. But first, let's. Okay. There's some stuff that's cranking. Jesus, how long have I been streaming for? This is getting a little long in the tooth. I usually can get to an image sooner. I think part of the reason I'm not loving my images too is it goes back to aspect ratio. I really need to get that worked out. Like square aspect ratios. I mean, Instagram started with that crap, and then they were all based on it. Like, and it was stupid. And everyone started doing square images, square photography, square cropping. People were changing, like, since they were shooting for the gram, they were planning everything, and cameras were putting in crop boxes and everything. It was ridiculous. And then they gave up on it. It's just not a good crop. It's weird back there, but. Kind of like this one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go up 3. And 3. Okay, just chill out. Chill out, Midjourney. It's very dollopy, but God, that looks like it's a cupcake on top of a cake.
This one just goes straight cupcake and Frankenstein pumpkin. Stuff's getting weird. I don't know what this is. What is this? What is going on here? Did I? Three. Just doing two. One, two, three. On three. I think it just like lost it. It's got the same knife, so it is the same image, but it's like it lost the whole. Oh, and there's the dreaded noise overlay. Oh, oh, I wonder if it's in the volumetric. Oh no, because I'm not doing volumetric anymore, am I? No. God, it's 108. Okay. I am going to have to wrap this up soon. It's not exactly giving me what I want. Let's roll it back a little bit. 2, 3. Oh, I saw that. I just didn't like that. Maybe make variations on this one. I kind of like this one. I like what it put in the background. Oh, am I off? I'm off. Okay. There we go. There we go now. How we doing? Keep looking this. I hope this stream turns out okay. I really do. Definitely have to turn off my phone. People are going to be looking for me. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, love it. That's what I like. Now let's see. Oh, now wait a minute.
Oh, I see. Now if we upscale this, am I going to lose that skull? I wonder. Ooh, I see skull. Will it continue skull? No. Interesting. So these finer details are getting, during the upscale, we're losing it. And it just makes it into big whipped cream pile. All right, that's a market. So look at that whipped cream. It's a big pile of mush. And this is what we were upscaling right here. And it gets 1 or 2 iterations in, and then it just keeps seeing it as whipped cream. So it's not holding any, the prompt isn't holding weight during the upscale. That's interesting. It's problematic. Gonna re-render these, a couple versions, see if anything holds. See, it's going. Okay, this one might do it. It's at 40%, still holding the skull. Okay, 80, it's doing it. The next one is not. It's going more whipped cream. I think that's interesting. Okay. I don't like what's going around on this eye. So this one would take some photoshopping to clean up. Because you gotta take off this highlight that they got going on around the eye. Not sure why it's reading like a specular hit there, but interesting knife. Okay, pumpkin could be a little bit more realistic, but you know, this specular around the eye looks like it's an illuminated pumpkin. It's obviously not. So it's like getting the light from an illuminated jack-o'-lantern, but it's a shadowed interior. Okay. What if I... just did illuminated jack. And see what that spins. I think this is going to be it for me, though. I think we checked it out. Again, I mean, to wrap up, there were some images we got that were pretty nice. You got to watch out, though, for that patterned noise that shows up. You got to watch out for the pattern noise and the upscaler just wiping out details, like just reinterpolating surfaces and basically losing the shape. It's almost like it's digging too deep to these are all weird glow around the thing. Okay. I think this is our money one right here. Gonna take it into Photoshop, touch it up a little. This is nice. It's just some real rough. There's something with version 4. I'm just not. The edge is real rough. It's illuminated in a weird way. Apparently, they're going to be moving right to. We're going to see version 5 real soon. And apparently Midjourney is understaffed. But I think we did good today. You kind of got to see how I work through my prompts. When we get different aspect ratios, I want to get back in here and do another stream and really delve into how I build my prompts and kind of the storytelling that goes into them. Because I think I do things a little bit differently. And honestly, I gotta just keep hammering away at Midjourney. As I say, I've taken a month off because I was doing that other project. But yeah, I think this went well. It's interesting. I'm happier with some aspects of it than I was, but not as happy with some aspects. I don't ever remember the upscaler wiping out details the way this did. The noise doesn't seem to be a prominent issue or a consistent issue. I do see it in foliage and water foam. That's interesting. Hopefully it gets addressed. Because that patterning they should be able to break that up. Again, though, from what I understand with artificial intelligent art generators, it's not a linear. You don't just go from point A to point B. Point A and point B are separated by the intelligence that you're building, or that you're hoping the program has built. So, excellent. All right. Well, thank you for joining me, the couple people that showed up, and I look forward to the next one. All right. Oh, and I'm going to get my studio finished. That's going to happen. All right.